number 9 and number 11, and then you guys can go back and work on some of those evens that I didn't get to. We're going to start by doing a times c, so we're going to do 2 times negative 12, and that's negative 24. We need two numbers that multiply to negative 24 and add to positive 5. So I think it would be helpful just to do your factor tree for 24, again, the whole factor tree. I mean, 1 and 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6, and 5 does not go into 24. And then we're back to 6. So that's our whole factor tree. Now, again, if you can't do that in your head, it's okay. You're just pulling up the calculator of your choice and doing that division. 24 divided by 2. Well, we actually need to divide in there, not 9. And then 24 divided by 3. And just go through your list. Get all your factors down to start with. Okay, so we have our factor tree, and now we need to see which one of those combinations can add to 5. So since I'm wanting to add to 5, here's what I know. My bigger numbers need to be positive if I'm going to add to a positive number. So my smaller numbers are my negatives. And then do your addition. Negative 1 plus 24 is not going to work. Negative 2 plus 12 is not going to work. Negative 3 plus 8 is positive 5. So there is our combination. And if you need to do that on a calculator as well, I really encourage it. Absolutely. Do as much with your calculator as you need to do to be comfortable. So we're going to bring down our 2x squared, and we're going to change that 5x into negative 3x plus 8x. And then we have minus 12. And we are equal to 0 there. I'm going to split my problem in half. 2x squared and 3x have a single x in common. When I divide out that x, 2x squared divided by x, I have 2x left. When I divide negative 3x by x, I'm just left with minus 3. We always bring our sign down that's in the middle. 8 and 12, again, if you need to use a calculator to double check your division here, 2 goes into both. But if I divide 8 by 2, I'm going to end up with a 4x in my parentheses. And that is not what I want. I want my parentheses to match. So if that's not going to work, we need to go bigger. Sorry about that. So that 2 is not going to work. Try something bigger. If 2 works, try 4. 8 divided by 4 is going to give us 2x. And that's going to match our parentheses, our other set of parentheses. And 4 also goes into 12 3 times. So our parentheses match. Awesome. So the stuff on the outside, x plus 4, becomes one set of parentheses. What's on the inside becomes the other set of parentheses, 2x minus 3. And again, the only thing that's new this unit is how we use those. So now we're going to take each one of those little equations and set them equal to 0 and solve. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. In that first equation, x is equal to negative 4. I'm going to add, with my other equation, 2x minus 3, I need to do 2 steps. I need to add 3 to both sides. And then I need to divide by 2. 3 over 2 is the same as 1.5. So here's what I know about this parabola. If I was going to sketch this, I know this goes through the x-axis at negative 4, and at 1.5 1.5 between 1 and 2. So our parabola we can expect to look something like that. And now I'm going to pull up Desmos and graph this guy. So I'm going to get rid of my little math there. 2x squared plus 5x. Double check your entry. Sometimes when I go too fast, it does weird stuff. Plus 5x minus 12. And I don't put in that equals 0. I don't put in equals 0 because that just gives us lines where the solutions are. I like to see that whole parabola. And our solutions, again, are our x values. They are these clickable points. And my smartboard is not orienting today. So if I seem like on this video I'm having a little bit of a struggle, it's kind of the case. So here, if we click, our solutions are at -4 and 1.5. So up in our check by graphing box, we can type in or write in -4 and 1.5. And that absolutely matches what we found by factoring. Okay, one more example. X squared plus x minus 20. So again, we're going to do A times C. Sorry about this. There we are. So when we do A times C here, our number in front of x squared, if I can find my problem, is a 1. So we're going to do 1 times -20, and that gives us -20. I'm going to put this kind of in the middle of my screen because things seem to be better. So that's better. 1 times -20 is -20. I need two numbers that multiply to -20 and add to my middle term here. My middle term is 1. So I need two numbers that multiply to -20 and add to 1. So my factor tree for 20, 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 3 does not go into 20, 4 goes into 25 times, and then I kind of come back around here. So how am I going to get these to add to 1? Well, if I'm multiplying to a negative, that means one of my terms has to be negative and one positive. To add to 1, that means they need to be 1 apart. And my pair that is 1 apart is 4 and 5. To make that a 1, I need a -4 and a +5. The more you factor, the easier this will get. The more you practice, the easier that will get. But you can always just try. Just guess and test. Just see if you can figure out where the combination is and switch around. Do -4 plus 5. If that works, that's great. If it doesn't work, try something else. Okay, so I'm going to turn my middle term into -4x plus 5x. I'm going to bring down my x squared. I'm going to bring down my -20. I'm going to split my problem in half, just like we've done with all the rest. X squared minus 4x, those have x in common. When I divide out that x squared divided by x is just an x. -4x divided by x is just -4. We always bring down that middle sign, which in this problem is a positive. 5 and 20 have 5 in common. And if you're not, like that stuff is hard for you, remember, we want this to be x minus 4. You need our parentheses to match. If you can't make your parentheses match, you haven't picked the right combination of numbers. So it's a good double check for you. But if once you have that in there, it's a little easier kind of to work backwards. Okay, to get an x there, I need to divide by 5. When I divide by 5 here, it's 20 divided by 5 is 4. So that's GCF is 5. So x plus 5 is one of our sets of parentheses. And x minus 4 is the other. And now we have two little baby equations to solve. Just switch those signs since they don't have anything else going on. So I know when I graph, this parabola should look something like this. And it should be crossing our x-axis at -5 and +4. So I'm going to check that in Desmos. X squared plus 1x minus 20. X squared plus 1x minus 20. And I'm crossing at -5 and over there at +4. So use Desmos. You can even do that step first. Check by graphing first so you know at the end of the problem whether you're right or not. That order doesn't matter. Do what you need to do to make yourself feel good about the process. All right, go back and try some of those evens that I did not make videos for. And Mrs. Margraf and I will be back tomorrow, so let us know how we can help you next.